Alright, let's try another one. Come up here. So we have an side, a side, and an angle again. So this is our side-side angle case again. And when we put these together, we've got a 49 degrees. And the side that corresponds with it, they won't always be A's, but we know that they have the matching letters. So the side corresponding to it is 95. That's not a 95. And the side in between, we could put it at the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter. Side in between is 125. So let's put those up here. 49 degrees and 125 is C and 95 is A. Alright, now 95, the side that goes with the angle, the side that goes with the given angle is not larger than the other side we were given. So this is not going to be a single triangle. I'm writing where you can't read it. This is not a single triangle. So it's either going to be one or two triangles or no triangles. So to figure this out, we're going to use our altitude, h. And remember, h was the side that doesn't go with the angle. So in this case, it would be C times sine of the angle that was given. So let's calculate that. H is going to be 125 sine of 49 degrees. And that gives us 94.33. So H is 94.33. Now our A is 95, which is just barely bigger than our H. So what we have here is our side that we were given that goes with the angle is in between our altitude and the third side. And when that's the case, we're going to have two triangles. So the way we'll solve this is we'll start off by looking at it. We'll look for angle C because that's the angle that we can figure out. And we'll take that as what the calculator gives us. That's going to be an acute angle. And then we're going to play with it some more. We'll get to that in a second. So we have sine of C divided by 125 is equal to sine of 49 degrees over 95. So in other words, sine of C is 125 sine 49 degrees over 95. Let's see what we get there. 125 sine 49, close my parentheses, divided by 95 equals, I get 0.99303899213. Again, I'm not even going to bother writing that down because what I need to do is take the inverse sine of that. So I'm going to hit inverse sine, and then on my calculator I hit second and then the negative symbol, and that gives me the answer. And it looks like I have angle C as 83.2 degrees. And as we said before, we can just add the 83.2 and the 49 degrees and see what our third angle is. Looks like our third angle is 47.8 degrees. And we'll come back and finish this triangle in just a minute because we know that there is another angle. We had that sine C equals, what was it, 0.99303899213. And that told us that C was equal to 83.2 degrees. But there's another angle that gives us this same sine value. And to figure out what that is, I'm going to say C prime, my other C, is going to be 180 minus 83.2. So let's just do that. So another option for this pair of triangles, A would be 49 degrees, that was given. Little a would be 95, that was given. Little c was 125, that was given. And big C, we'll call it C prime, is equal to 96.8. And now that we've got these primes, that is going to give us a different B prime. Let's see, 180 minus 96.8 minus 49. Now in this case, B is going to be 34.2 degrees. So this gives us two different triangles. In both cases, we need to solve for that last leg, that last side. So let's see, we get, we'll go back to our original values that we were given. 95 over sine of 49 degrees equals B over sine of 47.8. Now looking at this, we can tell that since 47.8 and 49 are so close, B is going to be pretty close to 95. So 95 sine 47.8 divided by sine 49 gives me 93.2 as one possibility. And the other possibility, and this is for the second triangle, we still have the 95 over sine 49, but with this one our angle is 34.2 for B. So we'll do this process again. 95 sine 34.2 close parentheses divided by sine 49. And that gives us a side that's 70.75, or let's go with 70.8. And that's a case when we have two triangles. Again, one of them is going to be an obtuse triangle where our C value is larger than 90 degrees. One of them is going to be an acute triangle where all the angles are less than 90 degrees. One last problem and then we'll call this video a day. A, B, and A, again we've got corresponding side and angle. So 30 degrees, 10, 40 for the angle that goes with it. Let's say we forgot to check and see what we need to do on whether this has got one triangle, two triangles, zero triangles, because I know we forget to. We get into the rhythm of things and we forget to check. So what happens if we did forget to check? Well, let's just try to solve for angle B. Sine of B divided by 40 is equal to sine of 30 degrees divided by 10. So sine of B equals 40 sine 30 divided by 10. Let's punch that in. 40 sine 30 close parenthesis divided by 10. I get 2. And then we inverse sine that previous answer and we get an error domain. What happened there? Well, one clue, you can go to and it'll bring it up. Inverse sine of 2. This stuff on the left was 2, and we know that sine only gives back values between -1 and 1. This affirms, if you get an error like this, that means there is no possible triangle. Now we could double check this by calculating our altitude, and again that altitude is the side that doesn't go with the angle times sine of the angle we do have. And if we punch that in, 40 sine 30, we get a number 20. That's our altitude. Well, if our altitude is 20, 10 is never going to reach the bottom, never going to reach the base. So there is no triangle. This cannot be solved. So we just say there is no triangle.